circumvent the truth. Fingernails are pocket deep, digging with a shallow reach for two. I will run to see the light in your eyes, frozen in the night, leaning on an hourglass. It's my soul that never felt so old, singing. Gripping on a dying rose, getting warm but never close, I swear. Moving through the city lights, never truly lost the fight in me. You're all seeing that I will run to see the light in your eyes, frozen in the night, leaning on an hourglass. It's my soul that never felt so old, singing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mrs. Stoppleworth from Up in the Sound Booth. Thank you so much for being here. We're so excited to have you and celebrate your kids with you. We love them too. We do need to ask at this time that if there are empty seats between you and the party next to you, that you please stand up and scooch towards the middle of the auditorium, please, so that we can make room for more families as they join us. So again, if you have any empty seats that you are not saving, please stand up, scooch over, make friends with the family next to you so that we can make room for a few more people. Thank you so much.
It's my soul that never felt so old, singing. Just a closed door between us, and it feels the closest we've been in so long. I know we're not talking, but at least we're honest. 'Cause outside of honest, there's not much at all. I miss your rain, I miss your fire. As the smell of smoke, it fills this quiet home. Just a closed door between us, and it feels the closest we've been in so long. Here I'm staring cold at the ceiling. I'm a free man lost without you. What is this thing you've got me feeling? could see you only when you looked away. All your sadness I can handle, but it bursts when you turn your open heart my way. I know we're not talking, but at least we're honest. And here I'm staring cold at the ceiling. I'm a free man lost without you. What is this thing you've got me feeling? You did the hardest thing a lover can do. Here I'm staring cold at the ceiling. I'm a free man lost without you. I get this thing you've got me feeling. You did the hardest thing a lover can do. Here I'm staring cold at the ceiling. I'm a free man lost without you. I get this thing you've got me feeling. You did the hardest thing a lover can do. You did the hardest thing a lover can do. You did the hardest thing a lover can do.
Hello there. This is me. This is what I sound like. Do you understand me? Okay.
It's okay to let the sad songs sing you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please find your seats. We will be welcoming the 8th grade students in any moment.
Sometimes the words can't come out right, so we let that record play. And suddenly somebody understands you in a crazy kind of way. Tonight we sing along with every line and thank whatever God there is for giving us the time. I don't need to know where I'm going.
And please join me in welcoming the Wahpeton 8th grade students.
I don't need to know where I'm going to be good. I just need to feel a little understood. I don't need to know where I'm going to be good. I just need to feel a little understood. I don't need to know where I'm going to be good. I just need to feel a little understood. I don't need to know where I'm going to be good. I just need to feel a little understood. I don't need to know where.
All right, good morning. I am Steve Hockert, the middle school principal, and we welcome you as a staff to our 8th grade celebration. At this time, we would like everybody to rise, remove your caps or hats, place your hand over your heart as Addie Dodge, an 8th grader from Wahpeton Middle School, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job, Addie. It's always a joy to hear you sing. Up next, we have our guest speaker today. Our guest speaker is no stranger to our students. It is Andrew Lundsetter. Mr. Lundsetter graduated from Wahpeton High School in 2005. While attending high school, Mr. Lundsetter participated in basketball and baseball. After high school, Mr. Lundsetter attended Northern State University and received degrees in history and business administration. He also played baseball for the Wolves. Currently, Mr. Lundsetter is employed by Wahpeton Public Schools and is married to his wife, Amanda, and has one child, Rhapsody, in 4th grade. Mr. Lundsetter also coaches basketball, tennis, and baseball for Wahpeton Public Schools. We welcome Mr. Andrew Lundsetter.
Thank you, Mr. Hockert. Thanks to the middle school staff, 8th grade teachers. Thanks parents, family, friends for showing up today to celebrate these young people. And congratulations, 8th graders. You finally made it through middle school. Okay? It's been a privilege to work with you and get to know you all over the past couple of years. It's only been 2 years for me because I started working at the middle school last year. But I feel like over that period of time, I've gotten to know just about every single student here. And I really enjoy working with you every day. I might have even threatened some of you with being stuffed in a garbage can at some point. Okay. Some of you might be looking around going, that wasn't me. Just remember, there's still time. Okay. I realize that going to high school can be a little bit scary. It's a different environment, different than what you've been used to over the last few years, but it's something that you will adjust to quickly. And I feel like this group of students especially, it will not take you long to adjust to the high school environment and to thrive in that environment. I mean, just imagine how scary it is for the people that are here for you today. Most of you are starting to drive now. Some of you might even have a license soon. Okay? And imagine someone with the attention span who can't even walk down the hallway without busting out a gritty, driving a car. But I believe you can do it. I believe in you as students. Okay? All jokes aside, we as a staff are extremely proud of you, of the work that you've put in, of your accomplishments during your middle school days. You've climbed the middle school mountain and you reached the summit, and now it's time for you to take the leap into high school. Okay? And I have a list of some things I think that will be some good advice for you moving forward in your high school career. A top 10, if you will. Okay? Number 10, we'll start really easy, 8th graders. Show up. Okay? Show up every day, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel 100%. Show up. Okay? Show up and be there. Number 9, listen. Try to listen. School can be so easy if you just pay attention. Okay? Number 8, utilize your resources. Okay? Just as you have in your years at the middle school, your teachers are there to help you. Okay? The library has all these wonderful things called books that are made for your learning pleasure. Okay? Utilize your resources. Number 7, have fun. Never forget to have fun. Okay? Don't take yourselves too seriously. You are students, you are young people, you're children, growing children into young men and women. Have fun. Okay? Number 6, worry about the things that you can control. Okay? I'm a sports guy, so this is something we use in sports a lot. Your attitude and your effort. Those are things that you can control, and those things will take you a long way, especially in high school. So worry about the things that you can control. Number 5, set goals. Okay? Goals are important. Small goals, small achievements lead to big accomplishments. So learn how to set goals. Number 4, be competitive. I know that's a word that doesn't always get used a lot anymore. Some people say, well, we don't want to be too competitive. I disagree. I think you should be competitive. I think you need to learn how to be competitive. Competition is healthy. Okay? You're going to have competition in your life. You're going to compete for a spot on a team. You're going to compete for a job someday. Be competitive. Number 3, get involved. Get involved. Join a sport. Join a club. Music, dance. Be social. Okay? Be social. Hang out with your friends, with other students. Get to know people. Okay? Get involved in the things that are going on around here. Number 2, this is an easy one too. Be kind. Okay? Be nice to people. Show up with a smile. Learn people's names and greet them with their names. Okay? People won't remember how many points you scored 20 years from now in a certain basketball game or football game. They'll remember that you showed up every day with a smile. You were polite. You were kind. That was a really nice person. So be kind. And number 1, build relationships. Build relationships with your fellow students, with your teachers, with the staff. Okay? Building relationships is the foundation for a happy and successful life during and after school. Okay? Learn how to build relationships. Okay? I just want to say again, it was a privilege to work with you all this year and the last 2 years. Thanks again for having me today, Mr. Hockert and middle school staff. And congratulations on finishing middle school, and good luck over the next 4 years.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lundsetter. Next up, we have Mrs. Stoppeworth, who is our choir director. She also teaches a leadership class, and also is our 6th grade music teacher. And with her will be Mr. Brownlee. One thing that COVID brought, we found out that Mr. Brownlee had a hidden talent that he could sing and play guitar. So he would show up with the students and be live and sing with his guitar and entertain us during COVID. And when we found that out, Mrs. Stoppeworth came to me and said, I think Mr. Brownlee should teach a guitar class. So Mr. Brownlee graciously now teaches a guitar class, 6th period, to our 8th graders. So they are here today to perform a song by John Lennon called Imagine.
You need that other mic. Mr. Hockert, we need that mic too. Thank you. I think we can agree that we'd like to dedicate this song to our 8th grade students. We sing this with you in our hearts. I'm not gonna cry. I can do it. If I stop, just take over.
Ditto.
Ditto. Reminds me of a good story of Hunter Belke, but I'll tell that one later. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
All right, next up, we're going to invite Olivia Litchfield and Addie Dodge up to the stage. They were part of a process. We had some students try out to represent the 8th graders for the student speech, and Olivia and Addie were chosen to speak for their 8th grade class. So let's welcome Addie and Olivia.
Good morning, teachers, staff, parents, and most of all, the graduating 8th graders. My name is Addie Dodge, and this is Olivia Litchfield. It is a high honor that we can speak at our middle school graduation. We want to look back on our middle school years, show our appreciation, and look ahead into our future. Middle school is such a big time in our lives. We have grown together as a family. We have seen how much we have all changed. On the first day of 6th grade, we still remember all of us girls wearing our mixed match clothes or unicorn shirts, or guys wearing their neon colored clothes. But look at us now. We all have our own different styles, and we have matured so much. We also have built and lost friendships along our journey. We have learned and gained so much over the past 3 years. We have made memories that we should cherish for a lifetime. Even if they were bad or good, we will always reflect on those good times that we have made now. So always keep those special memories or good times we have had together close to your heart.
A few important moments as a class we will never forget is Zoom. Zoom had a big impact on our lives. At times made us happy that we could be at home working, but most of the time it made us sad knowing that we didn't have each other to listen to in class or just ask for help from teachers. Zoom and online classes is something that we will never forget and will be a part of history. Parents, this will be probably the hardest thing seeing your little babies grow up. So we just want to reassure you all that everything will be okay. And so that we couldn't thank you enough for everything that you have done for us. You have pushed and gave us the love that we need to be in school. You guys have shaped us into the people we are becoming. You have put up with our attitudes, so thank you for everything, and all of us love you greatly. We also want to thank those hardworking teachers. You guys probably have the hardest job putting up with teachers. We always know it's going to be a good day when Mrs. Watson is playing Heat Waves on her really loud speaker, or when Mr. Brownlee, hardcore, rocks on his guitar.
Now, Mr. Brewer's 7th grade science class is something that I personally will never forget. Hands down, it was one of my favorite classes ever. From that class, we learned that you can have fun and still be productive with your time. We always had a fun activity for each lesson and intense games of Quizlet Live before a test. Ask Evan, he could tell you. We were all very competitive during these activities. Like, you have no idea. Someone could rage after clicking the wrong answer. Luke Anderson. I was always excited for this period of the day because 1, I love Mr. Brewer. 2, I had a passion for what we were learning about. And 3, I had a great class with some pretty awesome people. This class also played a huge part in what I want to do when I graduate high school, and it remains the same. I will never forget this class and the effect that it had on me. All the teachers have always believed in us, even though as students don't always believe in ourselves. You also put up with our attitudes, and that's a struggle. We really admire all the teachers so much for caring so deeply for us, and every single one of those teachers out there has so much care for our education. It's really crazy. So thank you so much for all the things that you teachers make possible. We really appreciate it. We want to give a special shout out to our 8th grade teachers. We asked some kids what they thought of each one of you, and they even gave us a funny story. Carly Cooper told us that Mr. Brownlee is a nonchalant, ethical, caring, and involved teacher. She says she loves and thinks it's funny when Mr. Brownlee dances, makes weird faces, and sings during the first part of class. Jasmine Benedict shared some words with us about Mrs. Stoppleworth. Jazzy told us that she is a very charismatic person. She is so funny and easy to talk to and get along with. Not only that, but Mrs. Stoppleworth is very accepting towards new singers and really with anyone. Jasmine told us that in women's choir, we easily get off topic. And you know, since we're all women, who knows where that could lead to. But one day, Hunter walked in on us, and most of us were crying from a story Mrs. Stoppleworth was telling us. Jasmine said that she will never forget that moment. I don't think any of us will. Now, Grace Kosowski said that Mrs. Arnholt is determined to help kids learn and takes a personal approach to teaching. Grace said that she always let her and Carly sit by each other, which is really cool of her.
Bodie Miller told us that Mr. Ching is a great teacher. Even if the hours before him made him a little angry, he always brought the most positive energy in the classroom. And even though sometimes some people are having a bad day, Mr. Ching brings his positive energy and all-around happiness to the class. We also got Landon Ralph to talk about Mr. Ching. He told us that one time he printed off a sheet of Hunter's face and put it on a clock. He loves it when he would just get off topic or just talks about the most random but funniest things ever, or even when he would burst out into song. Aubrey Odens also shared that one time he was showing the class his bops on his playlist, and it had a bad word on it. And the whole class got crazy about it. Tyler Felt had a few things to say about Mrs. Watson. He shared with us that Mrs. Watson is a very cool and laid-back person that you could talk to about anything. Our 5th period math class also added that you are a very approachable person with a big, happy smile on her face. Mrs. Watson's 5th period class is always up to something. We always have a good laughs in our class. Like when Robert fell in his chair, twice. Or when we talk about how Mr. Ching is a literal walking dictionary. No offense. Lastly, we would have Mrs. Peterson. You know, of course, Mrs. Peterson, I had to get Hunter to say some words on your behalf. He told me that you're a hilarious teacher and that you have bad poop humor. He also told me that you were one of the most best teachers he's ever had and that he will miss you. One fun memory I remember of Mrs. Peterson was when we were all sitting in class and a couple of us were sitting there making weird noises. And then suddenly Mrs. Peterson said, "That's not how you do a pterodactyl sound." And she made the most best pterodactyl sound we've ever heard.
Okay, go. Still for
I also want to say some few words about Miss Morkey. Miss Morkey is a really kind person, and she's very creative, and she never really gave up on me when I have horrible artwork. And she's so laid back and chill, and she's just a really good person to talk to, and probably gives out the most great advice. And I love your boyfriend too. So.
We all do, Miss Morkey. Most of all, I would like to thank my classmates. We don't think we could have made middle school without you guys. You guys have made middle school one of the most rewarding experiences of our lives. I couldn't tell you how many of you made me smile and laugh. We have given you some of our perspective of middle school, and we thought it would be cool to share what some of my peers thought. I asked 5 of them to describe middle school in one word, and here's what they came up with: memorable, enjoyable, a roller coaster, unpredictable, and even rough. Seems like middle school hit us each a bit differently, and I'm sure we all had different takeaways from it, positive and negative. I know I had a very good mix of both.
Now that we have passed all the highs and lows of middle school, it is time for us to move up a step and welcome high school. High school, as you know, it can be a very scary thing. High school is preparing us for real life. I don't know about everyone else here, but for my behalf, I'm nervous for high school. It's going to be hard meeting new people, especially when we're all down low on the totem pole. Instead, I just don't think that we should dwell in high school too much. Instead, we should welcome it. High school will be a major part of our lives. We will find out what our interests are and what people are the right kind of people to be around. There will be highs and lows in high school, but we got to remember that we have each other.
Hey guys, we made it through middle school. It only took 3 years. We got through some crazy stuff though. We had the pandemic in 6th grade, math in 7th grade, along with social distancing and quarantine. And 8th grade to me just seems scary.
I just want to wish everyone a good luck in high school, and I hope everything goes the best it possibly can. I hope middle school was just the beginning of your exciting time, because we have high school right around the corner that's full of fun surprises.
Thank you, Hattie and Olivia. Great job. Mrs. Toppleworth, you want to take it over from up top there?
Absolutely. All right. You know, Mr. Brownlee and Mr. Huckert, we might have to push the piano back towards the risers a little bit to make a better path for our students. So if you guys wouldn't mind doing that, that would be great. At this time, we are going to acknowledge each student and through a slideshow that we've made that includes every child. So if our first row of 8th grade students would please stand. And Andre, if you would please lead them to the side, we are going to begin. Looks good, Mr. Brownlee. Thank you. Our first student is Andre Adami. Isaiah Alanis. Garnett Anderson. Luke Anderson. Maya Anderson. Bailey Bakewell. Oh, man. Sophia Barth. Jasmine Benedict. William Berge. Kason Bernstein. Talon Beal. Hunter Belke. Ryan Brown. Isaiah Brushert. Riley Beekler. Tori Bolt. Gabe Campbell. Liberty Campbell. Haley Carlson. Landon Carlsrud. Elizabeth Cherry. Carly Cooper. Luke Craig. Evan Doctor. Addie Dodge. John Emerine III. Cora Erickson. Tyler Felt. Gwen Finney. Violet Frank. Brian Franklin. Alicia Garcia. Wyatt Gomez. Damian Gonzalez. Oscar Good. Maddie Graves. Dan Gray. Wyatt Griffin. Kylie Gwynn. Emily Hagelstrom. Aiden Hayak. Braxton Hassey. Aiden Hendrickson. Elliston Hendrickson. Emily Hetwer. Carter Hockert. Jillian Haft. Josh Hoffman. Logan Hogarth. Hayden Hoagland. Emma Hornstein. Nora Ingram. Robert Ingram. Jordan Jensen. Riley Jones. Logan Carlgard. Grace Kasowski. Davin Casa. Carmela Caveney. Emma Klein. Nicole Klosterman. Claire Langenwalter. Jenna Lewis. Olivia Litchfield. Wyatt Longhenry. Charlie Momberg. Gabe Marquez. Grady Michael. Bodie Miller. Janaya Morgan. Aubrey Odens. Clara Oswalt. Abby Paulson. Britta Pausch. Lucy Peters. Michael Peterson. Grayson Peterson. Kaysen Pincenalt. Landon Ralph. Jason Rash. Brandon Rick. Cameron Reby. Brennan Ritter. Riley Robinson. David Sanborn. Sadie Sanchez. Colton Schillinger. Alicia Sharif. Aubrey Shimaniski. Brooklyn Shimaniski. Wyatt Stav. Braden Steffens. Caleb Storrell. Alice Strutz. Braden Severson. Dane Trebojevic. Dylan Verstreet. Marjorie Watson. Kayla Worth. Samantha White. Maya White Spence. Ashlyn Wohlers. And Zakiah Wold.
All right. Good morning. I get to start off with awards. My name is Mrs. Haley McCall, and I'm the school counselor and the National Junior Honor Society advisor here at Wahpeton Middle School. And today I'm here to recognize an amazing group of 8th graders who made National Junior Honor Society this year. So according to our Wahpeton Middle School handbook, 7th and 8th graders students who earn a minimum of 87% in each class in satisfactory and non-graded subjects at the end of each semester are eligible for membership in the National Junior Honor Society. Each semester, the eligible students are reviewed by our 8th grade faculty for demonstrating exemplary behavior and characteristics in the following areas: character, citizenship, leadership, scholarship, and service. So when a student is selected, they receive their certificate and seal, and you will receive a seal for each subsequent semester of being in membership in good standing. So I would first like to start off by identifying our newest members of National Junior Honor Society. So 8th graders, as your name is called, please come up to the stage and you will receive your certificate and your seal. So we start off with Maya Anderson. Jasmine Benedict. Will Berge. Emily Hagelstrom. Elliston Hendrickson. Emily Hetwer. Carter Hockert. Hayden Hoagland. Nora Ingram. Robert Ingram. Logan Carlgard. Nicole Klosterman. Olivia Litchfield. Janiyah Morgan. Aubrey Odens. Michael Peterson. Cameron Reeby. Brennan Ritter. Riley Robinson. Wyatt Stav. Caleb Storo. Samantha White. Ashlyn Wohlers. And Zakiah Wold. And now we're going to call up to the stage a distinguished group of 8th graders who made National Junior Honor Society for both their 7th and 8th grade years. So you'll get a little seal to add to your certificate. And as part of their service project, this group of students held a candy cane fundraiser this past December where they helped raise money to buy Christmas gifts for students in need. So I really want to applaud this group. And as I call your name up, please come to the stage to receive your seal. Garnett Anderson. Luke Anderson. Bailey Bakewell. Sophia Barth. Talon Beal. Hunter Belkey. Ryan Braun. Isaiah Brushert. Haley Carlson. Carly Cooper. Evan Doctor. Addie Dodge. Aiden Hendrickson. Jillian Haft. Grace Kozowski. Emma Klein. Claire Langenwalter. Wyatt Long Henry. Britta Pausch. Landon Ralph. Aubrey Shimueski. Brooklyn Shimueski. Braden Steffens. And Kayla Worth. Congratulations, 8th graders, on this great accomplishment. Let's give them one more round of applause.
Situated here. Hello and welcome, Wahpeton Husky family and friends. I'm Mr. Brownlee. I have the honor and privilege of teaching 8th grade social studies, 8th grade guitar, and coaching 7th grade football and 8th grade boys basketball. I have had the joy of knowing this fine group of young ladies and gentlemen since many of them were 4th graders. I then got to teach most of them as 6th grade English students, and now have had them again as 8th grade social studies students. I can honestly say without a shadow of a doubt that this entire group of students is absolutely wonderful. They will always hold a very special place in my heart, and I am sincerely thankful for and proud of each and every single one of them. No, I will not be following you into high school, but know that I'll always be there for each and every single one of you. The next 4 awards are our Pillar of the Pack Awards, based off of our 4 R's for respect, responsibility, relationships, and rigor. Each of these 4 awards is carefully determined by all of our 8th grade staff, coming together to discuss and determine each recipient based on each criteria laid out for each Pillar of the Pack Award. I have been given the honor of presenting the Pillar of the Pack Award for respect. The dictionary defines respect as an act of giving particular attention and or consideration, high or special regard, the quality or state of being esteemed. Author R.G. Risch said that respect is a two-way street. If you want to get it, you've got to give it. The recipient of this award models this daily. Respect is such an important quality to embrace and carry out throughout life. This group of 8th graders as a whole has and will continue to utilize and carry out this quality wonderfully. The criteria for the Pillar of the Pack Award for respect consists of the following qualities. 1, the student shows respect for the rules by exhibiting exemplary behavior in all spaces, never requires disciplinary action, and makes an effort to incorporate all of our essential 55 rules into daily habits. 2, the student shows respect for adults by being polite and understanding, by addressing adults by proper name, and by engaging in conversation appropriately, even when or if they're upset. 3, the student shows respect for peers by respecting personal space, being kind and helpful, standing up for others, and encouraging others to do their best. And lastly, number 4, the student shows respect for themselves by acting on their own free will and not on the implications of others, exhibiting emotional and behavioral self-control at all times, striving to better their self, and exemplifying a strong moral code. The recipient of this award exceeds these criteria. I remember the first time I met this person on back-to-school night back right before the start of 4th grade. They made it a point to come up to me, shake my hand, introduce himself, and relay the message that they were excited and honored to be my student. That was very impressive back then, and those qualities, along with the criteria laid out for this award, has since then evolved into the wonderful, hardworking, and very respectful person that they are today. This student brings an energy of politeness, peace, friendliness, and the epitome of respect into the school and classroom every day. I've never seen this student nod on their A game at any time since I've known them. This student shows respect to anyone they encounter, always. It is my sincere honor to present this 4R award for respect to the very well-deserving Mr. Carter Bob Hockert. Congratulations, Bob. Come on up. And I'll turn it over to Mr. Ching.
This might be a little tough. I have a habit of wandering, so I'll try my best to stay here. Class? Hey, look at us. Good morning. I'm Mr. Ching, the language arts teacher for the 8th grade. Today, I have the honor of presenting the Pillar of the Pack Award for Responsibility to an 8th grader who has certainly earned it. What does it take to earn this award? At Wahpeton Middle School, we have identified a series of basic actions a student can undertake to show responsibility. They lead with the following: think before acting, be accountable for your actions. Additionally, and more specifically, students who are responsible follow directions, are punctual, ask for help if needed, and keep areas clean and organized, whether those areas are lockers, classroom tables, or art room sinks. Students can find this information posted anywhere in the school. It is a hefty list and seemingly simple, but for many students, and some adults, it's elusive. However, when we ask students to show responsibility, we aren't simply hoping they will display a trait or check items off a list. We foster it in them. As Booker T. Washington stated, few things can help an individual more than to place responsibility on them and let them know that you trust them. In his interpretation, responsibility is an agreement we reach together, an important stepping stone in students' development. If I place that trust in you, you will show yourself worthy. But it isn't all about us. At the end of the day, responsibility, as the saying goes, is self-taught. Something innate in the person guides them forward. It's learned at home or in the school, but it is an outpouring from within. We hope for responsibility from students, coworkers, and family, but it is not simply our hopes that pull it out of them. Ultimately, every student we considered for this award was responsible because it mattered to them. This year, we had a competitive final field of nominees for the Responsibility Award, and before going further, I'd like to recognize them all for repaying that trust. Nicole Klosterman, Evan Doctor, Grace Kozowski, Landon Ralph, Emma Klein, Isaiah Brushert, Wyatt Longhenry, Violet Frank, Carly Cooper, Kayla Worth, and Jasmine Benedict. These are students who elevated responsibility beyond mere dependability, and I'd like us all to applaud their dedication throughout the school year. That's power. I like that. Now to this year's honoree for the Pillar of the Pack Award for Responsibility. This student showed exactly the ability to think before acting that we expect from them, and which some 8th graders find difficult. This student is prompt with questions and eager to seek feedback for improvement. The honoree demonstrated accountability for their actions as well as those of classmates, even helping others when they needed the assistance. When teachers placed a goal before this student, it was easy to see him focus in and figure out how best to accomplish that goal within the parameters we set and the guidelines we specified. And I can think of few ways someone can show more concretely that our trust in him was well placed. He excelled at classwork, group work, the amazing shake, guitar ensembles, and art projects because of an unfailing sense of responsibility that guided him and, in the process, uplifted others. Please give a round of applause to the 2022 recipient of the Responsibility Award, an eminently deserving student, Wyatt Longhenry.
Good morning. I am Mrs. Watson, and I teach 8th grade math here at Wahpeton Middle School. I am here to present the third R of the PAC, which is relationships. In order to be a recipient of this award, the student must demonstrate the following: flexible and adaptable to working with all groups of people, respects all staff members equally, is involved in the community in a positive way, exhibits strong self-esteem and self-respect, and is always positive and willing to help others. I once read a quote that I feel fits the winner of this award: when we root for each other, everyone wins. Winning and losing don't always go hand in hand. The reason this quote fits this particular student is that it doesn't matter what the circumstance may be, they are always rooting for their classmates. This student came to school each day with a positive attitude and ready to learn. They were the first to ask how you were doing, how your day is going, or offer a smile in passing. They were always encouraging their classmates when they were down, and even the teachers when we may have needed a little encouragement as well. When I asked a few of the students' classmates how they would describe this student, they responded with, "She always helps when someone needs it. She's outgoing, She has a great sense of humor, super nice, all-around good person, respectful, and patient. As a teacher, I can attest to these wonderful qualities I see in this student day in and day out. So without further ado, I am proud to present this award to this very deserving student. The winner of the Relationships Award is Aubrey Odens. Congratulations, Obs.
Stop, nerds. I'm not that tall. All right, my name is Mrs. Peterson, or as many of you know, Miss P. And I'm here to give the fourth and final Pillar of the Pack Award, and that is for rigor. This award is given to students that exemplify their ability to learn in all environments and don't just settle for good enough. We've been able to watch you all work very, very hard this year, but it typically isn't without a little bit of complaint. Parents, am I right? Am I right? If you ask me what my top 10 things of what students ask me, why is very much at the top of my list. Why are we taking this test today? Why do we have to learn about rocks? Why did you make the quiz so hard? Okay, that's what I've heard all year long. But for this student, I've never ever once heard why. I have always heard yes. And for rigor, this is what I expect out of someone. And rigor is something that we all love to see when students work hard. This student receiving this award today is the exception. Never once did she give any words of contempt for what was asked of her. No matter the number of tests or quizzes or homework that was thrown her way, she smiled through the pain and just kept swimming. This student has shown me that rigor doesn't just start and stop in the classroom. I watched her step out of her comfort zone in choir, again in drama when she participated in 2 school performances this year, and then again when she was asked to climb to extreme heights at our class field trip. Some of you know that I'm very rarely at a loss for words, but to find the right words, I reached out to a few teachers to help me find perspective. Not because she doesn't absolutely shine in my classroom, but her mindful approach to words made me wonder how she is with other teachers. While we all agreed how extraordinarily quiet, respectful, and excellent she is, here's what some of the others said. Mrs. Stoppelworth praised her fearless approach at new challenges, and she never saw her quit when a difficult job was put in front of her. Mr. Brownlee touted on her organization, her independence, and her courteous attitude. Mrs. Watson commented on how she was never satisfied until she met perfection, and she showed healthy competition with perhaps an older sibling. Mr. Ching hailed her initiative and consistency throughout the entire year. And I salute her ability to take ownership of her own education. To not just do the work because it was asked of her, but because she showed curiosity and she knew all in all that it would make her a much better person. So this year, our award for rigor goes to Miss Kayla Worth.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mrs. Stoppelworth, the music teacher here at Wahpeton Middle School, and very quickly, I am going to recognize this year's winner of the Amazing Shake. For those of you who are in the audience, this was a new contest at our middle school this year, the purpose of which was to build real life skills in our students. When we say that we're trying to inspire future leaders, we mean it. And we understand that knowledgeability is a piece of that, but life skills is another, and sometimes even bigger and more important piece of that. You can be the smartest person in the room, but if you don't have these skills, you're not going to be the most successful. And we know that, and we worked hard to try to bring that to your children this year by making them do things like fire someone and ask for a raise and deal with an angry customer and drink pickle juice, wait, tomato juice, their favorite station, keep their composure when their interviewer sat on a whoopee cushion. Okay, we asked them to do a lot of things, and we nailed it down to 30 students who got to move on to a final round. And if you were one of the top 30 Amazing Shake students, will you stand right now and give a quick wave to the audience, please? Top 30. Awesome. We moved on, and I took those top 30 students to the Daily News, where they completed group interviews, and they had to master the art of when to pop in and how to make an impression when interviewing in a group. And we whittled it down to the top 15 Amazing Shake students. If you were in the top 15, stand again. Very cool. I took the top 15 students to Comdel, where they had to complete a mixer with Comdel employees. That means they had to work the room. I literally released them into a room of adults they did not know, and they had to make polite conversation and make an impression in each person in approximately 3 minutes or less. And that determined our top 3. If you were in the top 3 students of the Amazing Shake, please stand up. Now, you might notice that's only 2. The other student in the top 3 was 7th grader Cadence Hill, and hopefully she's watching our live stream, so congrats to you, Cadence. We had Mrs. Jasmine Benedict and Landon Ralph were our top 3 students. Those 3 students sat down for lunch with State Representative Elisa Mitzcog and County Commissioner Perry Miller, where at the end of that luncheon, the students had to move away, and the 2 discussed which they felt most strongly was going to be our Amazing Shake winner. And of this person, they spoke about a laid-back demeanor and a sense of humor, communication skills, professionalism, respectfulness. I asked the judges, if you had to hire just one of these kids, you'd never get 3 applicants this good, let's just admit it, but if you had to pick one, which one would you want to hire? Which one would you want to build your business with? And to be honest, they didn't want to pick a winner. Poor Elisa, I had to really just twist the knife, but I got her to come to a conclusion, and they were so impressed with all 3 of our candidates. But when forced to choose, this young person really shone through, again, for that approachable, friendly, professional, and confident demeanor. The winner of this year's Amazing Shake, please come to the stage, Landon Ralph. Can I stay right here for 1 minute? Okay. Landon Ralph, we finished our final round so late this year, but he will be receiving some personalized swag, including a sweatshirt. That's Amazing Shake, champion on the back. Some gift cards and cool stuff like that. And he will be the first person in our permanent Amazing Shake display to be installed in the middle school that will stay there for all time as some sort of school record, the very first winner ever of Wahpeton Middle School's Amazing Shake. One more round of applause for Landon. The newspaper asked me, how do you feel about Landon being the winner? And I said, and I think my teacher friends here would agree, that if every student in our middle school looked up to Landon as the example, we would be great. We would be just fine. And so we feel great about Landon Ralph as our first winner of the Amazing Shake. I'm going to move on to the AAA Awards. So the AAA Award, it stands for Academics, Athletics, and the Arts. And that's why I'm up here, right? The arts. We take a look at student qualifications. They filled out a form in science class, and it asked them questions about their academics, their arts participation, and their athletics participation. And then we looked at students who were strong in all three areas. So there are 2 recipients of this award who stand out for what we consider their well-roundedness here at Wahpeton Middle School, that they have significant strengths in all 3 of those areas. I bet there's a... Oh, yeah. Okay. So our first recipient of this award, you've seen them be recognized today for their participation in National Junior Honor Society. B's or better. GPA, outstanding GPA. A straight A student pretty much every single quarter their entire middle school career all the way through. And those are significant academic achievements. In the areas of the arts, this student is a band and choir student, so they participate in pretty much every arts opportunity they have. They have art class, they have guitar class. Every arts opportunity we have, they participate in, and they dedicate themselves fully. This is a student who auditions for honor choirs every year. Every honor choir participates in every single one that they can get into. So challenging themselves and going above and beyond in the area of arts at all times. In the area of athletics, this person participates in several school sports, including track, which they're in right now, or cross country. I always get those 2 confused. But they also spend a ton of time outside of school practicing as a figure skater, which is a ton of work and a ton of time. And they've been very successful in that area of athletics as well. So a multi-sport athlete, a high academic achiever, and a high achiever in the arts. Our first AAA award winner is Miss Jasmine Benedict. And I will welcome Miss Morkey, our art teacher, to the stage to award our second AAA recipient.
Hello, my name is Miss Hannah Morkey. I am the art teacher at Wahpeton Middle School. Today I have the privilege to present one of the AAA awards to a student who has excelled in the areas of academics, athletics, and the arts. In the process, this student has shown strong character qualities. Simply put, she is kind, responsible, and hardworking. But to further describe this distinctive student, she is reliable, both self-sufficient and a team player, and she acts humbly, often keeping a low profile. However, her attributes do not go unnoticed by those around her. She shows leadership in different settings by helping her peers and her classmates, and outside of school as she participates in dance. I've enjoyed seeing her participate in choir and helping her cultivate her artistic skill set over the past 2 years. She was one of 12 Wahpeton Middle School students selected to participate in the Youth Art Month exhibition at the Plains Art Museum in downtown Fargo. Her talent was displayed for museum visitors to view during the entire month of March. This student is deserving of this award for many reasons. Some I have shared with you, but the list goes on much further. So I am honored to present the AAA award to Grace Kasowski.
All right, I'd like to congratulate everybody on their awards and their great job. Our last 2 awards of the morning go to our students with the highest GPA. So our salutatorian and our valedictorian for the year. So the salutatorian for the year goes to Addie Dodge. And the highest GPA for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade combined this year in 8th grade goes, our valedictorian goes to Emma Klein. close out our program today, we will have our 8th grade choir sing their last song as middle school students. So if they would please come up to the stage.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There we go. Ooh, sorry about that one, folks. Just trying to wake you up. Okay, thank you so much for attending our show. After the conclusion of this song, we will let the students exit first and then families. So families, please remain seated. My funny story about Hunter Belke goes as such. We were rehearsing this song, and I told the kids that the point of it was to make their moms cry. Hunter Belke responds, "If my mom cries, I will cry too." And then the rest of the 8th grade boys go, "Yeah, me too, me too, me too." And all of a sudden, I have to remind them that if they all cry, we don't have a choir. So moms, suck it up, okay? Because these boys are going to cry. If you do, don't do it, okay? We hope you really enjoyed our program, and we hope you enjoy our final performance of the year. My 8th grade choir students, I will miss them so dearly. This is called "I Am Still Your Dreamer."
All right, that does conclude our ceremony. Parents, if you want to stick around, we're going to have the 8th grade students exit first. It's about 11 o'clock right now. Students, if you want to be back at the middle school, about 11:20, 11:25, just walk the same way back that you came. Be safe and go to 4th period. But parents, if you want pictures, sometimes in the past in the hallways, they've also gone outside by the trees here if you'd like pictures with your children. 8th grade, you're amazing. I think it's safe to say that great things are yet to come for you guys. You will be deeply missed. So with that, let's exit the auditorium. Thank you.